Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna finish this motor for MEEMAW. If you stick around, I'll tell you how this motor build drove me to spend over $700 on hookers.
What?
Well, good morning. We're back. I did work while you weren't watching. Right now, I'm working on rocker arms. So, probably an entirely unnecessary upgrade, but I am down the rabbit hole. I used one of these. It's a comp cam's adjustable push rod to find my push rod length. It's not difficult. I've got a little assembly station going on here. I take my new lifter. I'll go ahead and get two out. Put a dab of assembly lube in the cup. We reuse the bolts from our old lifters. And then we can put those up there. Kit came with ARP washers. So stick the washer on the bolt. Looks like there's a little bit of crud up here. All right, and then I just got a little cup of engine oil. Dip that in there. Do that. Grab one of these little pedestals. Grab one of these little U-channel things, and we're ready. So, just stick that guy right there, okay? Just a little nut driver. Tighten it down. Just starts to get a little snug. So we are at 0 lash. Torque wrench. I'm gonna back you up a little bit. .22 foot-pounds. We need to be somewhere between a half a turn and 1.5 turns to torque. So there's half. One, we're getting close. 22 pounds at 1 1/8. So exhaust and intake push rods might be different lengths, so check them both. So I'm gonna do that 4 more times. Well, that's done. I just use a little bit of this Comp Cam's valve train assembly spray. Just sticks on everything. Cool. Next up, got these pretty neato valve covers. Already put the gasket in here. Just do that 4 times. All right, next up, new coils, MSD street tires. Ta-da! So these are Flowtech. They're supposed to go up and forward, but they hit the valve covers. We may not end up being able to use these. I don't know. Headers came with gaskets. I think it's going to eliminate the possibility of running an air conditioner. And 18 foot-pounds. Well, the last little thing, got new plug wires and these little heat shields, since they're going to be, you know, in harm's way. So they look like that. You're an idiot. Why don't you have a water pump? Well, why don't you calm down and let me explain myself. Here's our water pump. Davies Craig, 150 gallons per minute. Is that right? I don't know. It's a big boy. It's a big boy water pump. It's remote mount. We're gonna put it right on the radiator. So what we have to do here is sort of a manifold to make the water go where we want it to go. So I got this kit from Earl's. They do good. They do very good. There's a company out there called 417 Motorsports that makes something that I really wanted, a really nice manifold that goes up here. But they are on infinite back order.
Guess what, motherfucker?
I don't know why I keep trying to fool myself. That is what I wanted. You guessed it. 417 Motorsports water manifold, no longer on back order. Picked one up. Here's why I love this thing. Let's take it apart. So the lower portion is a single piece. As you can see, the water ports are connected by these little channels. Here's what's awesome. You can block off whichever side you don't want to use. Like if your radiator inlet or outlet is on whichever side, you just block the side you don't need. It's incredible. You do not have to disconnect the manifold from the motor to change your hose configuration, which is huge. It's got ports in the top that you can put whatever you want, you know, a pressure sensor or your, they say steam port, but it's best to run the steam port straight into the radiator. So let's get this installed and we'll be one step closer. $11, $22, so I'm just going to block these top ports off because I'm not going to use them. Some ARP thread sealer and just a 1/8 inch NPT plug. So I'm just going to spray the windage tray off real good. Oh, apparently I have a cut on my left ring finger. That's nice. Oh, yep. Which way does this go? Oh, so it says right here, it says rear, see? The oil pan I picked up is from Jags. Gas. It came with all new hardware. Pickup tube with 2 hold downs. So that's pretty cool. I don't remember if this has any baffles. It does have a baffle. See? Alright, let's see if we can figure out how to put this thing on. That came with an O-ring for the pickup tube as well. I'm just going to put a little bit of oil on that. Just stick it down in there. It should. Yep, there's that. Oh, here's something we need to do. We'll let black RTV where the front and rear covers meet the block. Yep, there we go. Don't know the torque, and I'm too lazy to look it up. So, click, click. So next up, I got a new Flexplate. I was going to use the original, the factory Flexplate out of the truck, but I keep hearing about these failing. So I got this TCI Flexplate that is SFI rated, and it is a one-piece machined part. No welds to fail. So this is it. There's our SFI sticker. I'm going to put this on. 74 foot-pounds. Dang it. Yeah, there. All right, so here's my dilemma. These headers are supposed to go up and forward, but they can't because they're hitting my coil packs. And I really like these valve covers, so we're going to keep them. So I thought, no big deal. We'll just flip them upside down. And that does work, as you've seen in pictures that I've posted of this build, but now the problem becomes, right down here where the air conditioner compressor goes, I am far too fat to have this car without AC, so this isn't going to work either. This is where the hookers come in. So, right here, LS Turbo Exhaust Manifold Kit from Hooker Headers. Out of stock everywhere in the world that I could find except Speedway Motors. They had 90 of them. They showed up in my house in 2 or 3 days. I don't know what most of this stuff is, but here's the business end. There's the driver's side, down and out the back. But where it gets interesting is right here. The drinker's side. Ah! Out of my way. Bolts right on. There's a crossover pipe that I'll get out later that connect the two. And then on the front here, I got a 3-inch V-band. The turbo will pretty much bolt straight onto that. So, and there's a rumor on the internet that I can run AC with this. I'm honestly not sure of that now that I actually have it sitting here, but I already paid for it. And it's outside of the return window, so we're going to install them. So now There's no spark plugs. No spark plugs at the moment, so I'm just sliding them in the hole there, but kind of starting to look like it might work.
That's a good thing.
18 foot-pounds. I don't think the turbo's going to work in this exact configuration with the T4 flange going straight to the manifold, because if I put it here, it is just, there's too much going on. It would have to be way over here for the exhaust to clear on the way out. If I do that, the drain on the turbo is below this port on my front cover. So probably gonna have to fabricate something to go from the manifold up to where the battery used to be, and then put that flange on there. So, but this manifold is going to work. I think I'm still gonna be out of an air conditioner, but they make relocation kits to put the pump up here. So for now, I just won't worry about it. I will cross that bridge later. This is gonna work really nice because it hugs the block. I'm not going to have as many clearance issues as I was with the up and forwards. So I'm pretty excited about the $700 I spent on these hookers. And before we wrap it up, I guess I'll just show you a few other little things I did. Just took a paint pen and colored this in because I thought that would look cool, and I was right. It looks awesome. This throttle cable bracket is from Motion Raceworks. I'll put a link in the description. This throttle cable is from Locar. Put a link in the description. This is a locking dipstick, which, again, I'm not sure if I'm going to the track with this thing or not. Come on now. But we'll be ready if we need to. What else? And in here is the crossover pipe for the manifold, but the engine cradle's in the way, so we'll just put that on when it's hanging from the cherry picker, getting ready to drop it in the car, which is coming up soon. I think that's a 3-bar map sensor. This is a push to connect fitting. Got that from Motion Raceworks. I'll put a link in the description. And I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else that you're not aware of that is on this motor. So that's going to wrap it up. Okay. So that does it for this video. The next time you see this motor, it'll probably be in that car. I've got a Holley Terminator X kit that I'm gonna have to wire, and I'll probably do a whole video just on that because it sounds terrible, and why not? So if you haven't already, consider liking, sharing, subscribing, disliking, commenting. You know the drill. Just do it. But whatever you do, don't be a jerk.